My bed isn't made, but that's not important. Why, hello everyone, and welcome back to SamCastGS. I am very dressed up right now. Look at me all professional looking. Why am I so fancy? Is because I just got back from my first session of professional development in preparation for my student teaching, and it was a blasty blast, except for the beginning, and I'm going to actually get into that here in a second. Okay, I need to take a breath first. Here's the deal. We got an email telling us to meet at the Pike Performing Arts Center at 8 a.m. on this day. I drove out, got there a little bit early because you want to get situated and make sure that you're in the right place. Here's the problem. We don't actually know where the right place is. They just told us the Pike Performing Arts Center. They didn't give us a specific location within the building. It's a big building. I ended up being in the auditorium, but we didn't really know that at first. As I was walking in, I spotted two of my classmates who were walking in at the same time as me, and I asked them if they knew where we were going, and they were just as clueless as me. So it's like, hey, if we're gonna be lost, we might as well be lost together. That's better, I guess. We get inside the building and there's a ton of people there, and we're looking around for someone we recognize or some kind of indicator of where we're supposed to be. There's an auditorium with a bunch of stuff going on, so we decided, hey, I can't speak right now. Why can't I speak? We decided to go into the auditorium, have a seat, and just wait it out and see if that's the right place to be. While we were waiting, one of my classmates decided to text another classmate to see where they were and if they knew where we were supposed to be, and they responded that they were sitting at a table. Wait, are we supposed to be at a table? What's happening? Are we in the wrong place? Turns out they were just waiting at a table for the same reason that we were. Nobody told us where to go. Finally, we all settled in and waited for the professional development presentation to begin. And we kind of expected it to be a few hours. They're gonna go over a lot of information and we're gonna take notes and whatnot. It ended up being 45 minutes. So afterward, we're looking at each other like, what do we do now? Because once again, no one told us what the plan was. The IUPUI teacher program, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, eventually we figured it out. We were to go to the Eastbrook Elementary where we were going to be doing our student teaching, meet with the teachers where we would be student teaching under. A lot of teacher. This is stupid. Why am I saying it? I tried to make a joke out of that and it was the dumbest thing. I just kept saying teacher a lot, so I thought, hey, I'm gonna be silly with this, and I tripped over it, and now I'm just kind of... My partner Danny and I met our teacher. She is lovely. She's so nice, and she was so helpful. We asked a lot of questions, and she was happy to answer all of them in great detail, too. I feel a lot more prepared than I did walking into this program initially, not least of all because... no one tells us anything. I think I've ranted about this in a previous video, but good Lord, the lack of communication in this program is mind-blowing. Even our teacher was taken aback when she found out what the whole student teaching setup would be. They didn't even tell her. She's the one who's allowing us to do student teaching in her classroom. What is going on? I think everyone's on the same page now, but only time will tell. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be once I edit it down, but let's move on to the dinosaur of the day, shall we? Whoops, I dropped something. Like, picked up the book. Oh, there's a lot of Tess hair. Suddenly, Tess, have you been laying on my desk again? You're not supposed to do that. You have my bed and you have the armoire. Don't lay in my closet, on my clothes or my shoes. Don't lay on my desk and don't lay on other objects that I'd rather not have Tess hair on. Lesothosaurus, also known as Lesotho reptile. A lot of aptly named dinosaurs lately. We got Lesotho reptile and the Lambes reptile and all that good stuff. A primitive ornithischia with no defined group. I'm sure it has a group now. Again, this book is really old. Lesothosaurus, thought to be the same dinosaur. There goes the light again, it dimmed. Just ignore that. Lesothosaurus, thought to be the same dinosaur as one known as Fabrosaurus, was small and lightweight, barely bigger than a small dog. It may have resembled a large modern lizard, but, lost my place, it had strong hind limbs, the shins of which were longer than the thighs. Alright, thanks for that specificity. And a strong tapering tail. It probably spent most of its time on hind legs. All these features indicate that Lesothosaurus was a speedy denizen of the ancient plains, utilizing its quickness to escape from predators. I really like the vocabulary choice in this entry. My voice is starting to get kind of raspy. like a dinosaur. Scientists think that all later ornithischians, from the massive ankylosaur to the fleet of hypsilophodons, may have evolved from the Fabrasaurids. Physically, it was 3 feet long with 4-toed hind feet tipped with claws, would have provided traction for running. That's good. You want traction when you're running, because if you don't have traction, then you just slip and fall on your face, and claws are good for traction. Smaller forelimbs with 5 clawed fingers might have been used to gather food, like this is the food gathering. Unusual teeth, smooth and sharp in front, shaped like arrowheads along the side, probably served to chop and tear vegetation. The fossil sites are in Lesotho, Africa. Oh, that's why it's called Lethosaurus. And the geologic age is the early Jurassic. Hey, this is a unique entry in many regards. Next is Myosaura. I love Myosaura. It's the good mother reptile. That would have been a great one to do on Mother's Day, but alas, I didn't. Thanks for tuning in. If you would like to subscribe or like or leave a comment, you're more than welcome to do any of those things or select few of those things or none of those things. You are your own master. The world is your oyster, unless you don't like oysters. That's a terrible comparison to people who don't like oysters. There shouldn't be an all-encompassing term like that. Anyway, I will also be leaving a link to my Facebook page in the description, along with my channel. That's where I post all of the major updates about the channel and my video schedule and then the updates. I already said updates. It's probably the clumsiest outro I've ever done. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Keep on cruising, my friends. Goodbye.